Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this election night? Jesus. So we got, presidential elections in this country tonight, and I couldn't vote because I didn't register. I didn't realize I had fucking registered like 15 days before the election. But in any case, if I don't vote, is it going to basically swing the pendulum in the opposite direction of whoever I was going to vote for? I don't know. But obviously, um, everybody is charged, in their fucking political tribe. And I mean, I try not to talk about politics on my podcast because then if I'm gonna say something about the fucking Democrats or the Republicans, right? The spectrum of the far left and far right spectrum, it's not good, right? Whatever, what we need right now is someone who has some fucking logical sense about the issues that this country faces, the border, the fucking, economy, right? And the issues I think the kids are facing, with the gender, whatever the fuck it is, right? That's actually, I mean, those are like issues where, you know, we need the fucking AI. You know why? Because somebody's gonna say something about, let's say, this issue with like, you know, parents or all these groups allowing, are having their children change their fucking sex, right? When they're not even 18. Some fucking logical person. The problem is that the other illogical person is just taking a stance, right? So that's why that fucking AI is going to rise to a point where it's going to take all the whole fucking world, right? At some point in time, we will be electing some sort of a non-human entity as a president who's going to make a decision on the highest level. I think that's what's going to happen. You know, it's not a. I mean, I'm not making a political comedy joke, but that's going to be the fucking reality. I think. All right. So, and I'm not going to turn my podcast into like a, election night. Let's fucking see who's winning. Of course, yeah, we will. I'll keep watching the fucking, results. Right. I was actually listening to what's the name, Pat David podcast. How do you like my new what do you call 'em? Fedora hat, right? With the real feather, right? Um, here's the here's the thing, right? And I have to say this, and I kind of agree with Bill Burr. Uh, is that how people are so fucking out of their fucking mind, one or the other party, right? You still have to fucking put the food on the table, right? You still have to go grocery shopping. You still have to go to fucking work. You still have to, put the gas in your car, right? Yeah. Some politicians are big politicians, to be honest with you. Like the lifelong politicians. Especially if they have a bad reputation and and just because they're part of some sort of a fucking group or camp, right? That's bad. All right. And And I would say is that I think we need, again, am I fucking repeating myself? Maybe I am, but we need people with fucking logical brains that work in this time of fucking too much fucking spectrum shift. All right. You know why? Because the social media is basically just banging everything out to everyone, right? And then people basically take fucking refuge in one camp, others in the other fucking camp, right? Most of these are young people. They don't fucking understand that at this point in time. I mean, I never, even when I was young, I came to this country, I was 28, but I didn't give up. I didn't care too much about fucking politics, to be honest with you, you know? I mean, I had other fucking issues I had to deal with, especially like, you know, living alone and all that, right? My own fucking, what do you call, job, and, you know, putting the food on the table, and, you know, just, you know, basics of fucking life, you know, trying to find some happiness, some degree of satisfaction, right? Even though you're living alone and just fucking, you know, looking at the dating scene in New York. I'm talking about like 2000s, all right? 15, I don't know, 20 years ago, all right? But some people, um, which they do not understand, is that when you come to a certain age, you get to a certain period in your life where you're like, you know, you start throwing out garbage out of your fucking mind, out of your fucking, you know, what do you call, life, right? As you should, you know. You know why? Because life on this fucking planet is limited, all right? Do you want to spend your life like thinking about the fucking past and just being miserable? Because sometimes I do that, and I have, yes, I have a lot of issues past, you know, like especially, again, you know, just my loneliness, and I'm like, why I became such a fucking, you know, whatever, lunatic. I wasn't a lunatic, but it's just that, you know, I had a really hard time finding someone, you know. And dating here in fucking like New York City area, like Northeast, is a fucking disaster, you know. And the young people, actually, they should just focus on two things, three things: finding a good place to live, finding a good job, and finding a good relationship. I think everything else is fucking secondary. You know, no fucking real impact on your life. All right, your career, your relationship, and where you are, you know, where you live, and that's it. And then have some fucking laughs. Go out, have a fucking drink. Don't drink too much. All right, and just try to live a life with some sort of satisfaction. All right, find your fucking, you know, whatever the fuck it is, your hobby, your, you know, your, bring out your fucking positive talents. All right, instead of being fucking miserable and talk about this guy, this politician, the other fucking politician. All right, nothing changes. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not a big fan of either of these fucking candidates, to be honest with you. But then one or the other, right? One or the fucking other. And and whoever gets elected, yes, I would say that at, you know, somebody like Trump, I think he's not what do you call, a politician, career politician, career. At least I think that's why he doesn't speak the language of these fucking politicians in Washington D.C. But regardless, all right, regardless, we all still have to fucking live, sir. All right, unless it's affecting my life directly. That if this person gets elected, oh, I'm gonna be fucking miserable directly. Economy may be really bad under fucking what's her name, whatever the other candidate, right? Harris. I don't know. I don't want to fucking talk about politics, to be honest with you. The point I'm trying to make is that tomorrow you'll still fucking wake up, you'll still go to fucking work, you'll still go to your bar, meet your friends, all right? Whatever the fuck it is. And uh, yeah, we should. I mean, this is my home. We should have this country strong. There are other countries in the world who look up to us, And if we have weak fucking leadership, then it's not good for us. All right. I'm not at the same time saying that we should be fucking, policing the whole fucking world and solving the problems of other countries when we have our own fucking problems here. All right, legal immigration is the biggest fucking problem. All right, look how long it takes for us to bring our loved ones into this fucking country. All right, legally. All right, and you are asking me that I should contribute the money that goes to these fucking Middle Eastern wars, that fucking war in Ukraine and all this bullshit. I'm sorry. No, that's not my fucking priority at this point in time. All right? And then other problems in this country, homelessness, this and that. In any case, I don't want to sound too worked up on this election night. All right? And the only other thing I would say is that nothing blows up. Everything gets settled amicably. You know why? Because people are afraid, sort of, because yes, if it becomes a political unrest or some shit in this country, right? Hopefully not. We have checks and balances in place, but now sometimes I feel like those are getting blown away or some shit, right? And as long as nothing fucking blows up and this fucking election settles, I think there'll be more peace in this fucking country. Emotional peace. All right. And for us, people who actually run their businesses, and this is what I have to say that I almost went under during fucking COVID. Nobody nobody cares. I had to take the loan from the government during COVID. All right. Now I have to pay it back. If anything, if any fucking politician, and I'm still running my company, however I'm running, struggling sometimes, and I talk about all the fucking time, right? Just hassle, trying to bring the money, trying to bring the fucking dough home, right? And I have workers, I have employees, I pay taxes, I do everything right, and I'm hoping that this government forgives that some of that fucking loan, right? So it helps us to grow. And that's the fucking American way. Instead of trying to act like we are the fucking messiahs of this fucking planet or we are the saviors, when we can't do anything for people who are suffering in our own country, That's all. That's my fucking rant. All right. I'm not a fucking millionaire, gazillionaire, and I'm just trying to basically run a small fucking business. Like I'm like the smallest fish in the pond, sir. And those would be my concerns. if anything that happens, yeah, it happens, not happens, but I mean, anything that actually affects me, directly. All right, everyone. So, what's the fucking results? All right, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's doing something, right? A lot of people doing a lot of fucking, what do you call, uh, political shows, election night. I was hoping that Joe Rogan and these comedians would do something, right? But I guess now it's different, It's different than back in 2016. They were, they had a whole fucking, like, live audience, and they were fucking drinking whiskeys on the rocks, and Bill Burr was there. Every fucking comedian was there, Remember that? And I was hoping that they would do something like that, but then Bill Burr had actually not Bill Burr. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on, and I was listening to. I was just listening to them. In addition to not tonight, but yesterday, I think a day before he had him on. In addition to the live podcast that Patrick Bet David is doing, I think until like 2 o'clock in the morning. I think they are hoping that the election results would be in by 2 o'clock in the morning. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't care. You know what? I don't care, to be honest with you. I mean, I care, again, because in terms of economy and all that, and we need to actually have some fucking reformation. Reformation, is that even a fucking word? Of the legal immigration system, People who come here legally and they do everything right, Dude, oh my fucking god. Am I repeating myself? I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. I apologize. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I care less about the fucking politics in this world, I'm just trying to, again, I'm just trying to live uh, a life without being too worked up, without being too angry, away from my wife. And she sometimes gets worked up. I understand, she is not with me, she's not home, but hopefully soon, And yeah, I mean, like immigration, economy, these two things have actually a direct impact on us, All right, sorry, you just repeating, you're just ranting and repeating. All right, what's new, huh? So me and a friend of mine, actually a good friend of mine, we went up to Catskills last Saturday, right? We had a good time. I think it was fucking cold up there. And his sister has a really nice, like a timeshare place up there, And I think we had a great time. It was a little chilly, but the town is beautiful. I felt like I was in fucking sort of like the ski town of Copper Mountains when I went to Copper Mountains for the first time in June of 2016, right? But the mountains there obviously are higher. Here, I know, you know, I mean, Colorado is where the continental divide is, right? Right there, right? And and that's the beginning of the Rockies too. But this town is nice. It's a little nice town of Tannersville up in Catskill, right? And the funny thing was that we're trying to find that whatever the hell Catskill Falls, dude, Catskills Fall. And we are walking, we are hiking, and I had this fucking sciatica, and somebody tells us from one of the parks people, right? Upstate New York. Oh, only it's 20 minutes. And then we are walking like hour and 20 minutes one way, right? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Where's the fucking fall, dude? But in any case, that was something. But other than that, I think we had a good time. It's nice up there. It's a beautiful town up there, and it's a ski town. So obviously, a lot of um, people who ski who go up there. Dude. If I ski with my sciatica, I'm gonna lose one of my fucking legs. I'm telling you. And I'm not into skiing. I mean, in mountains when we were young, we used to get a lot of snow, and we were skating on the ponds. The water would freeze, and then we would just like skate. So you use that as a skate, right? But now it doesn't snow. It doesn't snow a lot, and it's different. It's a different climate now. I mean, I'm not saying that it's 100% climate change, but something has happened in the mountains. Because the problem is that that area is extremely rugged, rugged like Southwest America, except that we have the highest mountains in the whole fucking world, one of the highest, right? Not a lot of vegetation, and um, we come from nothing, man. If you think about like my forefathers and a lot of people who immigrated this country, let's say from Europe, starting from Europe. And obviously Europe had a lot of fucking persecution too, a lot of famine, a lot of like fucking problems, political problems, religious, and economical, obviously, right? And this country obviously is the home of immigrants. Name it. I mean, uh, I came to this country for studies. In almost, I mean, every other person has a fucking story. Including their forefathers who came here from whatever country they came here from, right? And obviously everything is a struggle in the beginning, especially people who come here with not a lot of degrees education, and but they work hard. People who work hard and pay their taxes and everything, right? And this, I think, this country belongs to them. um Beginning, when we fucking defeated the British, right? Goddamn Revolutionary War. Just imagine if you were still under the fucking reins of British Empire, right? Just like Canada. No. I'm so fucking glad that our, forefathers in this fucking country got rid of that fucking whatever, that empire bullshit, right? And the best thing is, I always say about this country, I mean, obviously this is my first home now, is that and I realize that when I spend time, in other countries, outside, and then I got to appreciate what we have here, the freedom, the you know the opportunities. You work hard. Yeah, there are. This place is not the perfect world. There's no perfect fucking country on this planet. I mean, Scandinavians call themselves the fucking happiest people. That term in itself is so fucking um, what do you call, sort of like um, contradictory. Contradictory in a sense that, yeah, I understand that, they had that, that they pay 50% taxes, and then, government pays for their fucking even booze. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Well, I think the government rations the booze because all the Scandinavians are alcoholics, right? Like, what do you do up there in like fucking winter, right? In such a fucking cold climate, dark, right? And they call themselves the happiest people on earth. Dude, there's got to be something fucking wrong. I think somebody from UK actually went to Scandinavia and lived there, and then there was. I mean, this guy. I think he was trying to find out what the happiness of the fucking the land was, right? And then I'm pretty sure that place is a dark, whatever the fuck darkness is, right? I'm not talking the darkness that there's no sun 9 months of that fucking time, right? All right, months because it's too far up north. But uh, it's also sort of like saying, "Oh, isn't that? How do you fucking define happiness, right? Oh, best places to live on the fucking planet Earth, right? Crime rate, economy, what else? Blah blah. But I don't think I can live in a place like Scandinavia, even though they may be the fucking happiest. Well, now my priorities are different. My priorities, as I'm getting older, is that I want to be in a more, what do you call, warmer place when I'm in winter zone, right? I want to be in fucking Florida, dude. I mean, I don't give a fuck about, like what happiness are they talking about when it's fucking frozen tundra? I don't fucking understand, dude. It's like, oh, Greta Thunberg is their fucking leader. She's talking about the fucking climate change, and then she harasses the European leaders. All right, without bashing the fucking those people, right? Um, the whole idea that, oh, these are the countries which are the fucking happiest. Oh, really? How do you know they are the fucking happiest, huh? They are the people. What if they are the most fucking miserable people pretending to be happy? That's a possibility, right? That's way much of a possibility. And I'm never, I will never say that this country, based on what other fucking statistics are, not even based on any statistics. Every place has its own problems. Every fucking place has its own, goods and bads in the ugly. So, some regions of the fucking planet claiming to be the happiest. Now, that's a far fucking fetched idea. Um, yeah, I mean, if you want to raise a kid or kids up there, I know my brother did that. They have a lot of social welfare and all that, right? And I understand, it's not easy to raise a family and raise kids in this fucking country because you have to pay for everything. I mean, so much expenses just to live as one person. Just imagine rent, bills, phone bill, your internet, your fucking food, everything, you know. And and just imagine, like, raising a family with, I don't know, one kid, two kids, right? Not easy, not easy. And then yes, I get the part that people here are basically sort of like into their own lives, individualistic and this and that, right? And so um, what the fuck am I trying to say over here on this election night? All right, so I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, especially for me, I don't know about other people. I don't care about other people what they say. You may have your own fucking opinion, all right, of what America is. A lot of people actually bash America, right? When they live here, when they take advantage of everything, and then they bash this fucking country. And I have to tell them, why don't you try go and live in other fucking country? I'm talking about who are American citizens who actually bash their own fucking country, dude. You know, it's such a fucking like um what do you call hypocrisy? Fucking hypocrisy, dude. You know, and then they come, and then they and then they take advantage of everything here. You know, yet bash the fucking the whole country for what it is. Trash it. So that's one fucking camp, right? And and then other camp on the fucking far side of the fucking spectrum. In any case, all right, let's take a break and see where we are with the fucking results, election results. All right, without fucking ranting. BBC. I usually go to fucking bbc.com. Right? All right, so obviously, not all states are in. So Trump is at 207 and Kamala is 91. All right. Um, and so popular votes and this and that, right? And oh, New York is in. Jesus Christ. So New York is already in. All right. I don't want to fucking sound like. I don't want to fucking sound like. What do you call it? Political commentator. Looks like most of the countries, obviously, the inland country is all fucking red, right? And then the fucking, what do you call, states like Massachusetts, New York, those are all fucking blue, right? Which is usually the fucking case. California is fucking blue. Oregon is going to be blue. Washington is going to be fucking blue, right? So then what's left? What's left is Georgia, Pennsylvania. Ohio has gone red, all right? So I don't know. I mean, that's the fucking results. All right. Some people are going to wake up with screams if Trump gets elected, right? These hippies, they think that somehow, if Trump gets elected, their lives are going to be upside down. And a lot of these Hollywood fucking actors, they act like, well, of course they act like actors, right? But they say things. They make these fucking political comments when they have no fucking idea what the fuck they're talking, right? Or really, we should take the fucking what do you call the advice and suggestions from you to run this fucking country. Fuck you. That's what I tell them. All right. They are not, the fucking stalwarts of how to run this fucking country when fucking Hollywood is in shambles. Look at fucking California. Look at fucking LA is full of fucking homeless people. And they are actually saying things about like politics and bullshit. Dude, it's such a fucking uh, you know, uh, disaster for some politicians to align themselves with the fucking Hollywood actors just because, oh, oh, this Hollywood actor is endorsing. Oh, fuck you. Hollywood actors are going to run this fucking country? Give me a fucking break. All of them are fucking, what do you call it? The most of them are mentally ill. They are. And that's the fucking truth. All right? And for them to align themselves and not, I don't give a fuck, dude, what they align themselves with, who they align themselves with. I don't give a fuck. But for them to make statements and then act like their life is going to be upside down when they have all the fucking money. What the fucking Hollywood has done for all the poor people in this country. All right? Just like I would say, all these other fucking politicians, what they've done, including many politicians. What the fuck they have done for these poor people, people who are homeless? Fuck you. That's my fucking rant on election night. All right, and these Hollywood actors are sounding like they are the ones who run this, who are going to run this fucking country. Just imagine somebody like a political, what do you call, except for maybe Donald Reagan. Not Ronald Reagan, sir. Donald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was an actor, and then he ran for the office, right? And I think he was sort of like the centrist, or he became centrist, right? Wasn't he also kind of shot? Yeah, exactly. So, except for him and maybe, sort of like the fucking, I would say, what's his name? Schwarzenegger. But I think he's also kind of fucking out of his fucking mind, right? And they are on a fucking spectrum. Obviously, California is on a whole fucking spectrum, right? And and a lot of people actually, look at these fucking news, right? Fucking, whatever the left leaning fucking news, right? And then they look at the fucking actors. Oh, actors are saying something about, oh my god, oh, I gotta listen to him. Fucking god. You think somebody like George Clooney is going to basically, give us a fucking mandate and some sort of an agenda how to deal with the problems in the fucking world if these world leaders are looking up to us? Fuck you. That's it. All right, I'm going to change the subject here because I'm just getting too political over here. I'm sorry. I'm not charged, but I'm just trying to be logically fucking sensical. Sensical. Logically sensical, sir. That's what I'm trying to be here. All right? And again, I'm telling you all, whoever wins, you still have to live your fucking lives. All right? That's what's going to be for me. I'm just going to, do my podcast. And then I'm going to watch, well, whatever the hell I was watching. All right, let's talk about that. I'm bashing the fucking Hollywood actors, right? Plunk, plunk. Fucking Hollywood actors who are trying to be politicians. Why don't you run for politics, huh? Didn't you get enough fucking fame, right? You're trying to save the world. No. Stay in your fucking Hollywood, fucking hunker down in Hollywood, all right? You have no fucking, what do you call, say or suggestions. Your suggestions, your recommendations are as toxic as me telling you how to act. Your political suggestion, all right? That's it. That's it. That's my take on these fucking Hollywood actors. You know. Some guy said, this famous, Oscar winner, he's moving out of this country because Trump gets elected. Oh, really? Oh, is that? Oh, really? Oh my fucking god, dude! That's how much the fucking like spectrums we are on, right? And and it's not good. It's not good. So bottom line for me is I have to basically be as much as logically sensible. That's the word I want to use, not sensical. Sensical, I think it's a word too. Logically sensible, and also look at my own, place in this fucking world, where I am with my business, what's going to happen, who's going to help me, so I can grow, and I can hire more people. Means if I grow, I'll be paying more taxes, I'll be paying, whatever, right? Contributing to the fucking economy, all right? So whoever is going to help me on that one, I'm with them. All right, that's I'm not trying to be selfish, but hey, listen, I got a wife coming into this country, all right, whenever she does, all right. So I got you know another person to feed. I'm not saying that my wife is going to dependent on me 100%. She has degrees, and she has her own, you know career, right? She'll have her own career, and she'll help me as well as pursue her own career, right? So all I'm saying is that I'll be with the team that's going to help me, not because I am biased towards some fucking camp or tribe because of their biased agenda or fucking emotional, like what was that guy who started some fucking religion, right? Or some cult. Yeah, this is like a fucking political cult, you know. Yeah, I'm not. All right. So that's how I see politics. All right, are people who get elected. All right. I'm not here to act like a messiah. I'm not here to solve the problems of the fucking world. That's not my. I can't. I wish I could. I wish I had like $1 billion so I could donate to people who are actually on the boots on the ground, helping other people who are struggling and this and that, right? Not to say that I'm going to feed them fish, but I'm going to try to help them learn how to fucking fish. All right. So that's it. That's all. That's my take on the whole fucking thing about political leadership, and obviously, we have to find our place in this fucking world, dude. This country has to find its place in this fucking world. All right. Where is it? Where it is? And most of all, can you believe that we are under over, what is it, what's our fucking debt now? 33 million, what am I saying, 33 trillion dollars debt. And these politicians jake it up every fucking year, couple of trillion. So we are running on fucking debt, foreign debt. You know, it's like I took this fucking loan from the federal government, right, during COVID, because I had, again, without repeating myself, I had 3 fucking rents I had to pay. There was no money coming in, and it was a disaster. All right. Yeah, at some point in time, I kind of gave up. I'm like, fuck this. But then, you know, I had to basically use some sort of a fucking logic to say, You know, yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll take this loan so I can pay these fucking bills. I can pay whatever. I can pay myself, and I can pay the fucking rents, right? And so sometimes, I kind of feel ashamed that why did I have to take this fucking money from the government? Now I have to pay it back. And I think if I'm a politician and I look at the bills, right? And if I'm in fucking Washington D.C. and I look at the fucking debt, I'm like, what the fuck? So we are basically running on foreign debt. We're paying our fucking bills by jaking up the debt. Dude, that's how I feel sometimes. Like if you want to be a fucking citizen of this country, dude, and then you think about these things and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Why are we taking debt? Because it's corruption. It's called a white collar fucking corruption. You know why? Because there's no money coming into the coffers, so we take fucking loans. Where do we take loans from? China, fucking Germany. I have no fucking idea, dude. All right, everyone. Maybe I'm being politically fucking charged. Yeah, but I am in a good way. I hope. You know why? These are the sensible, logical things that we have to fucking think about when we think about our leadership in this country, right? And that's the fact. Our place. I mean, if you really think about where we are, right? Um, does that actually really affect my fucking what do you call life? The $30 trillion debt? No, it doesn't affect my life directly, but it may. When I retire to get my fucking social security, who the fuck knows? They may actually cut that down to shambles. Then when I'm fucking really struggling, then who's gonna support me? This fucking government, which is under gazillion-dollar debt. See, these are the things uh, we think about, and that's the fucking truth, dude. So whatever happens in the next few days, again, I'm just hoping that nothing blows up. That's my concern. All right. Because a lot of people, I understand, a lot of politicians, like career politicians, they were trying to basically make sure that Trump doesn't get elected again, and whatever they were trying to do, right? And I don't know. I hope that things don't get blown up proportion whatever happened, in January 6th of 2021. Remember that fucking bullshit, dude. Fucking God. In any case, all right, everyone. I don't want to go on and on and on about this Saturday 11 o'clock. I want to watch something and I just want to but I want to pass the fuck out, dude. I don't even want to see the results of. I'm not. I mean, I somehow I have to put that fucking thick skin on, right? And I'm gonna say I'm just gonna watch a fucking movie, and then or a show, and then I'm just gonna pass the fuck out. We'll know tomorrow, right? Unless the world blows up, which I don't think so. All right. So that's my take on election day, this country where we are. Sort of, I think I touched on politics as well and the concerns of a concerned citizen. I'm not too concerned about like all those other things, except economy. Bad economy is always bad for us, who own and who are running their small businesses struggling through COVID, and and the other thing I wish is for for like companies like me. And I was actually talking to another architect, a friend of mine. He runs his own company, and he was very like concerned that he was not getting any jobs. And if you're not getting jobs, he was actually telling me that he might actually work for another company, because if there's no work coming in, then if there's no money coming in, right? So how is going to, I think he's married, just like I am, and paying the fucking bills. And dude, you need fucking money, you know and it's a struggle. It's a fucking struggle. Economic struggle is one of the biggest struggles. Economy, obviously, economy, I think that's the first one. um for us, because like, he was saying, like my jobs have been held up, not held up, but I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure that is because of this uncertainty, this period of uncertainty up to elections. In any case, um, let's just close out the podcast, sir. I think, yeah, I'm kind of tired too. Fuck it, what? Because I couldn't sleep last night, and I was struggling to sleep this morning. And one thing I would say is that, for all of you who obviously are insomniacs, many of you are, I'm pretty sure. If you are in this country, there is a ashwagandha, and L-theanine. Am I going to sound like fucking, what's his name, Huberman? He does his podcast. He talks about all these things, right? Those things actually help you to sleep. All right. Melatonin is another one, but melatonin doesn't put you to sleep. I have always been a light sleeper in my life, and it's extremely hard for me. I always struggle with sleep. So, you know, shit, I sound so fucking tired. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, let's get some fucking stretching. Huh? Speaking of speaking of stretching, I have been going back to the chiropractic place where I do the heat pads, the stretching with the machine, for sciatica, and it has actually been worse. Honestly, it has been worse. I think it's the weather, obviously, cold weather, bones and muscles and everything shrinks, right? So the sciatic nerves are then shrink, right? Space around them. So I have been going back there, and again, I think, without repeating myself, I have to actually take that fucking injection. I don't see any other way, because this is just the pain I've been living with for the past 10 years. 10 months, or almost 10 months now, 8 months. And it hasn't been easy for me. I mean, it's just, I haven't played fucking golf in like the whole season, man. It sucks, It sucks, but it just part of life. It becomes part of life as you grow older, as your bones creak, as your bones deteriorate, because we are finite in this fucking planet, on this fucking planet, and who the fuck knows what happens to us after we die, right? Um, so I think as much as it makes me depressed, at the same time, I think it gives me, the hope and the desire to basically spend my time on this fucking planet with some happiness, satisfaction, dignity, peace, you know. And I think that's all we want, and try to just leave the past behind. That's also very important. Whatever misery we have lived through in our lives, um, and that's what I'm trying to do. At this juncture in my life, and yeah, sometimes me and my wife, we talk about these things, but sometimes because she's not here, she's not home, so she feels the pain too, and then she overreacts sometimes, and then I fall into some sort of an abyss, and and who said that? Did somebody said that all this is part of fucking life? All this is part of a struggle. All this is part of a suffering, or just love or hate, whatever. I mean, happiness, or all this is part of life, man. I mean, I only have mild sciatica. I can still walk. Just imagine that if I were just bedridden, right? Then what would I say to this fucking world? I would say, I would say, I don't want to fucking live anymore. That's what I would do. But then, you have to come to terms with life, man. Emotionally, yeah. Physically, if you're not well, that's not good either. That's actually the worst. Emotionally, I could say you can be miserable. You can maybe angry at somebody on the chat or whatever the fuck it is, right? But then if you're physically not well, and then just affecting you, then that's actually even worse. Your health is your primary, and everything else in this world becomes secondary. I mean, I'm just living. I'm just living with this fucking pain. I should have gotten the fucking injection, yes, but I was traveling and this and that, and I got a lot of fucking different suggestions, recommendations, just it's not good, because it's not non-invasive. It still goes through your fucking spine. They put a fucking syringe through your spine into the fucking nerve, right? All right, the nerve. So I don't know. And then the spine is a very delicate fucking bone, you know, because it has the whole fucking control system for all your limbs, not only limbs but also even your digestive system. Everything is controlled by your brain through these nerves. They basically run the signals up and down, right? And so I'm not making any excuses. Maybe I overdid the fucking golf bad swings, whatever. Maybe I was just out, and maybe I have actually I have done some like extremely extraneous hikes back when I was working in the mountains. 12-hour hikes just like fucking, going from 6,000 feet to like 16,000 feet in 12 hours, when I was young, that doesn't help, many times, like few times, and I feel like I have actually just sort of like beaten up my body, sort of, and now it needs that sort of rest, peace, I think. Now that I'm fucking 51, do I sound too fucking emotional and tired? Maybe I am. All right, everyone. You want to hear the results of what the fuck the results are? I don't know. I don't really care, but let's find out, right? 11 o'clock, 11:14. All right, so Kamala is up 153. Trump is 211. And where's the fucking map? I wanted to see the map. That shows the blue and the fucking red, right? How about the fucking green, sir? Or the Green Party, huh? I'm not talking about green. I'm just talking about green as a fucking color. Right? So there's also the race to the Senate, huh? Republicans inch closer to Senate majority in early results. So I think, obviously, we will know tomorrow, right? Who's winning? Maybe by the end of this week. All right, everyone. Remember, you still have to put the food on the table. Whoever fucking wins doesn't matter. All right. So with that one, I'm going to close my podcast. I'll see you all next week.